Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Justice. I'm the co-founder of QAC. First off, I want to thank everyone for voting to put me on this stage. It's very special to me. I appreciate it a lot. Today's talk is WTF is protocol-sponsored tokenization. Web3 grants are broken. We can start there. And we can call this brokenness the alignment problem, because the three main stakeholders in this situation are in perfect dissonance in regards to their incentives. Protocols want TVL and adoption. What they get is inflation and token dumps. Teams want sustainable revenue, and what they get is endless grant farming. And communities want low market cap tokens, and what they get is VC inflated tokens. It's very sad. To quantify this perfect dissonance, consider this. Chain spent over $3 billion in builder incentives last year alone. Despite its expenditure, their TVL often dropped. You can see three examples here. Dfinity, 13 million out, 35 million drop in TVL. Arbitrum, over 100 million out, 10 million drop in TVL. Optimism, an eye-popping 3 billion spent, 69 million TVL down. And then communities, on the other hand, who want low market cap tokens, the only place they have to go to find them is meme coins. Meme coin scene is shot up to $60 billion market cap, with almost everyone losing money. 97% of traders were unprofitable. So WTF is PST, or protocol-sponsored tokenization. It's when protocols distribute grants, collateralizing trustless, fair launch ICOs. That might sound like a mouthful, but I have an example to help you understand this. QF, quadratic funding, is a great example of kind of the halfway step to PST. QF could be seen as a protocol-sponsored donations. It is a beautiful thing. You can see its strengths is that it incorporates the major stakeholders. We have the supporters, the communities, we have the protocols putting in the funding pot, and we have the teams receiving the funds. It multiplies funds, which increases the protocol spend. And then ultimately, too, it is in the spirit of decentralization, the market determines the distributions. It's amazing. But what are the weaknesses? It lacks incentives. After a while, the supporters may run out of gas and wonder why they're supporting these projects, especially if these projects later go on to launch tokens that are overinflated by VCs. Like what advantage did they have for supporting them early? And also, ultimately, it creates no net new value. The output to the teams can never be greater than the total amount that came in from the donors and the protocol. We need a value creation event, something different, something more than the moving of resources. We talk about growing the pie. PST grows the pie in a tremendous way, and we'll see that next. So PST, the abstract model is this. A protocol puts resources into a trustless ICO mechanism, and that generates tokens for the team and its supporting community. You can see here now that funding pot is being replaced by a mechanism. The supporters putting tokens in to support actually get tokens out, and the team also in the bottom. They don't just get no more than what came in, they get new value generated. The result is that this directly drives growth metrics like TVL tremendously. Projects get not just another grant, but a yield-generating economies, an entirely different scenario. And communities get what we've been promised for a long time, which is ownership. That has been lost to a great degree. All of our ownership has been come through the VC play. And so this rests on the conviction that the greatest public good, maybe, is public ownership. And that's enabled with tokenization. And so that's why it's so important we come back to that. What does this do? This realigns all the stakeholders. Think about it. The protocols now don't just get teams that they gave money to build. These projects are deployed on their chain, on their protocol. The projects get committed communities. That's the mystery to solve. How do you create community? Well, partly you have bag alignment. People are holding your token, right? And then the communities, by holding this token, are driving TVL on the protocols. So there's realignment, but there's also this flywheel. Because as this value moves, the sponsoring protocols grow in value, their token appreciates, and they're able to spend more to attract more projects. This is the flywheel. So what's the mechanism that makes this possible, the complete unlock? And I would say it's this, it's a mechanism-centric ICO. It's a different way of thinking about tokenization. Right now, token launches are completely human-centric. Teams sit around and make decisions on token supply, token price, token distribution. It's highly bespoke and manual. This idea of replacing this manual, bespoke approach with a trustless mechanism is our destiny. It's the same way we move from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges, from central finance to decentralized finance. We're going to go from human-centric TGE to trustless mechanism to create protocol-sponsored tokenization. It's DeFi native, it's trustless, it's safe and compliant. Its relationship with the law is totally different because math determines how it works, not humans. The era of trust me bro launches is over, I hope. We're working to that end. This is a 0 to 1 for tokenization, and it's the unlock that allows protocols to sponsor early stage tokenization at scale. So you don't have to take my word for it. We can actually simulate this in an amazing way. We can go back and look at the history of QF. Here's one example in a spreadsheet here of a QF round that ran on Polygon on Giveth in January 24. You can see the projects, how many people contributed. But in any QF, think about it. The sponsor goes in, puts $1 million in the pot, that $1 million goes to the teams sell that token for their runway. Predictably and deterministically, there is no guaranteed TVL. Now, compared if this went into a mechanism to create an ICO, the $1 million goes in, it doesn't get sold. You see the arrows to the right, not down. It goes in and acts as a carrot for other people to go in and mint this team's projects. Guaranteed, you have, assuming the same level of demand, right, which there'll be more because they're getting tokens, there's incentive, you have at minimum 10 million TVL generated. Or consider how this affects the lifespan of a chain. The entire game of chains is to increase utility at a higher rate than they spend their own token. That's the whole point, you know? If you look at an example of like a $25 million economy, and let's say they spend $4 million every year on grants, right now, you can just divide that. They basically have a 5-year runway, assuming, you know, as their token inflates, they have to spend more, so it kind of rapidly depletes towards the end, and they have no guaranteed TVL. With PST, they've doubled the runway because those tokens don't hit circulating supply, and at minimum, they have 40 million TVL created every year. So if you want to learn more about how we are specifically implementing this strategy in a protocol, would love to talk with you. We're building the Quadratic Accelerator, or QAC for short. This is my Twitter handle, Telegram. Go to www.qac.xyz. If you're a project interested in a sponsored tokenization, we want to talk to you. If you're a protocol that wants to do amazing stuff with your native token, we want to talk to you. If you're an investor who wants to help us go to outer space this year, we want to talk to you. Thanks, guys.